Hey guys, welcome to the Pig Daily! We're back from being away for a couple of, about a week and a half. We are now back. Today we're going to be doing ICYFAR. It is going to be iCast your freaking awesome replays. We had a pretty simple challenge this week. It was called Proxcity, which means you just needed to proxy something somewhere on the map. And hopefully some people have found some creative and awesome ways to do that. I know we've actually got a lot of replays to look at today, including a last minute submission from Probe, which Eon Blue, my mod who helps me go through the replays there, has said it was just an awesome game. It is career GM game, so we're definitely going to finish off with that one. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm going to be throwing up a little vlog or two this afternoon about the community summit, about DreamHack Valencia, and all that sort of stuff. But in the meantime, let's just dive on in and let's have some fun. Alright. Hoorah. So a lot of these replays are in the old version, but I think Blizzard like fixed up the way it works. So now, even though I'm loading it up in an old version, it's using the new overlay. It's using the proper production tab and hotkeys and everything. So that's actually pretty sick. Alright, so spawning up here in the top left-hand side, it is gonna be Purple Stain. I feel like that map's a reference to proxying hatcheries and spreading creep everywhere. We will find out. Down here on the bottom right hand side, his opponent, sporting as the blue Protoss on Frozen Temple, it is Angriff. And that, my friends, is a forge. So this probe up here, it looks like he might be up to some nasty work. Gonna be walling off his main base with a cannon. Oh man, this is a dirty probe. You can tell. Just look at that. He's not being coy about it at all. He's just going to come on in. But looks like Purple Stain's actually on point so far. And, ooh, he's going to start chasing that probe. Really nice splitting up here from Purple Stain, actually. Just focusing down that pylon with about 7 drones. The other two are going to chase him. But, ooh, probe's going to run around in circles here. Looks like he's going to be able to get some cannons down. Oh, the drones with a sick block. Oh, get wrecked. Purple Stain just jumps right on top of that. We see another probe now coming across the map, but this is way too late. Look at this. These drones are going to be able to take down that pylon. Beautiful defense so far from Purple Stain. Looks like Angriff, realizing this isn't really going to work, going to go for a Nexus and a gateway back home. The cannon rush has been thwarted. Continuing probe production as well. Is actually up one worker, but with the hatchery almost finished for Zerg, it's still going to be pretty difficult. And Angriff coming in again, he's going to put down another pylon. And looks like there we go, the drone pull immediately from Purple Stain. Purple Stain doesn't take any chances. He's going to drop a gas here as well. This probe, looking around, seeing just how many drones have been pulled, no doubt, is probably going to cancel that, but oh no! Oh my god, he's going to try and cannon the main base as well. It would actually be really cool if Angriff isn't even planning to commit here, but it looks like he is. Great drone pull from Purple Stain though. He's going to try and surround it. One cannon does get down. And Angriff, yeah, loses that cannon almost immediately. Tries to put that down, but the creep spread is everywhere, man. This Purple Stain's all over the place. Angriff looks like he's given up right now. This probe's going to go home. And he's starting up a Zealot, a cannon at his natural. And he should be restarting probe production in the near future. But great defense so far from Purple Stain. Just going into the Queen production now, harvesting that gas, building a couple Zerglings to clean this up. And he's in a fantastic position. Interestingly though, a drone going across the map. Oh. This is a very random time for a drone to be going across the map. I think we can tell who submitted this replay. I'm pretty sure this one's from Purple Stain. Looks like he's going to go and maybe proxy something over here. Or he's just gonna run into a cannon and die. That's another way to do it. Youch. Youch. Alright. So there we go. Probe production. Evo chamber on the way here for our Zerg player. Another proxy pylon. Because Angriff, man, he's just got dirtiness on his mind, doesn't he? Of course, maybe preparing for a nice, beautiful proxy. Obviously, a cannon rush does not count as a proxy because that's just a cannon rush. That's like building a bunker at someone's base and being like, yeah, I proxied it. It's like, no, that's just where you normally might build that structure. Extra queens popping on out. What have we got? Protoss player Angrif here, he hasn't dropped any tech. Has he sent a probe up here? What's he gonna do? I feel like we're gonna see a Stargate drop in the next couple of seconds. Find out about that, but oh, didn't even realize Purple State coming in here with a slowing elevator. Gonna be really annoying in Angrif space. Gonna start to tear apart a few of these probes, and damn, already getting 2 or 3 of them. And looks like, oh my gosh, she's even going to focus the pylon down. Where's that mothership core? The mothership core is way out of position. It is going to come back now. And with the Stalker, Zealot, and probes being pulled, I mean, these are just a couple of slow Zerglings. They really got way more value than they should have. Purple Stain, even with the tactical retreat, sends them out to unload, while Angrif is just panicking. His units are just running around his main base, losing huge amount of mining time. Behind that, he has gone for a Twilight Council down here at the Natural. Going to open up those maybe Adept upgrades, maybe Blink. Purple Stain adding his lair, injecting over here. And there we go. The Dirt Shrine, man. Knew it. You know when someone opens up with Cannon Rush, it's either a really fast Oracle or a Dirt Shrine follow-up, man. That's just how these sort of players think about it, man. There's just something about Cannons and Dark Templar that goes hand in hand. Filth. You dirty, filthy Protoss. Alright. Oh man, his probes. Look at this. What's he doing? Oh my god. What are you doing, man? Oh, so much lost mining time. Completely disrupted by those early Zerglings. Angrif, man. Falling apart just a little bit. Looks like, oh, he's got a Stalker in position, but the Stalker did not see this drop coming in. And these Zerglings are redropping once more. Zergling speed's now finished, and here we go. Probes starting to go down. Already 1 probe down. The other probe's being focused. They're trying to pull. A 2nd probe drops. So does a 3rd, and I think a 4th is about to as well. Really nice focus fire there from Purple Stain. And a fantastic drop. He's going to go for the Stalker as well. Going to kill the Stalker and then pick up and get out of there, I think. Oh, the moves. Purple Stain just killing Protoss left, right, and center. More Zerglings out at home. Still haven't seen a Proxy this game, keep in mind. But there's plenty of time yet. We've got a Spire? Oh, okay, there it is. Proxy Spire down in the bottom left-hand side of the map. Very nice, very cute from Purple Stain. Obviously with Zerg, your proxies kind of end up very different to how they might end up as a Protoss or a Terran. But proxying that Spire down here, dropping the creep, that's going to be a very nice way. Right now, Angrif is just so pinned back on his bases, and oh my gosh, the wall just wide open. The Zealot and Stalker just like not watching at all. There are DTs out, but they're not here helping, and all these probes are just getting, oh, they're trying to move through the hold position. Zerglings, they didn't mineral walk, and they all get killed. Adept, Mothership Core, and Zealot are going to come down here, but so many probes have come down. At the same time, though, DTs did actually hit there. Oh, I didn't realize they were actually already in the base. Oh my gosh. Alright, they're killing a lot of drones as well. Looks like he held the main base with the Overseers, but there is still a DT here. A DT in the 3rd base as well. Oh shit, this game's about to get messy really fast. 2 more DTs coming on in. DT in the main base does get cleared up. Every single drone dying in the 3rd base. That's going to take it down to only 32 workers. Actually, equal workers right now. Oh, the DTs are trying to get the hatch, but it looks like, I think we are going to see every single one go down. Nice surround by Purple Stain. Shuts that down. And he's got to wonder, where did those DTs come from? Purple Stain's going to hunt it down in the top of the map. He's going to go shut that shit down. And this Overlord's still just walking through the entire main base. He's seen everything. And all Angrif has for him is DT. Is just mass DT weapons. Going to make a couple of Archons here this time around. And going to pull a few probes from the main down into the Natural as well. Back here for Purple Stain, seeing a bit of droning back up, spines and spores going down in every single base. Did clear up that pylon, so there's not going to be any more close DT warp-ins. And here we go, 7 Mutalisks in that production tab. That Spire starting to do its job down there. But there are already Archons out for Angrif. Mutas are not going to actually be very good against Archons here, so he's going to have to get across the other map before Angrif pushes over. Angrif looks like still has not gone for a 3rd base. Main base starting to run a little bit low on minerals. Natural still very healthy though, especially after losing all those probes. And it looks like he's ready to push out. Angrif going for a 3 Archon, Stalker, Adept to Adept timing at 8 minutes 40. This is kind of bizarre, but it's actually perfect right now, because if he waited, the Mutas would just run him in circles. But as it is, Angrif is going to get over here. There's only a couple Zerglings and a Queen here to defend. Going to catch one of the Mutas on the way across the map. And these Archons going to push on in. Purple Stain, run. Really good reaction, actually, from Purple Stain, just running those drones away. Meanwhile, the Mutas hit the natural mineral line here of Angriff, start to tear the probes apart. Very nice control. Purple Stain just can pull those back for now. Queen's getting hunted down by the Protoss units. Angriff, Mothership Core. Mothership Core dies to a Queen. You gotta be careful, man. Archons and Stalker and Adepts here. Oh, these Mutas are just gonna walk on right on through, but it looks like 2 of those Mutas do get past. They will regenerate. They will survive another day. The Mothership Core does actually go down. Do we have any anti-air at home? An Archon morphing for Angriff. Uh-oh, this is about to get really nasty here for Purple Stain. Purple Stain's proxying a hatch in the top right. Hidden base. The Mutas diving back in now. They've got to fight that cannon. They've got to take it down. The cannon is going to be able to take down. It doesn't even get the one Mutalist. That one Muta survives with just a few hit points. But almost all the probes are going down. Purple Stain doing a fantastic job. Meanwhile, Angriff engaging here into the natural of Purple Stain. One spine falls. Oh, a lot of drones going down as well. And Purple Stain still has not cracked this section of the Protoss defense. Only one Archon though. These DTs really need to warp into another Archon if they want to defend these Mutas. Up here, the Protoss units continuing to work their way in. The Spine Crawl was actually doing a lot of damage there. And now it looks like, oh, Purple Stain's got some good control. Going up to 48 workers killed versus the 40 drones that have been killed by our Protoss player. Taking down this cannon. The Archon can't be everywhere at once. These DTs need to morph into Archons. They need to spread themselves out a little bit to defend everything. But it looks like, oh, gonna focus down. Oh, Toaster's Pylon. 3 gateways get depowered. These Stalkers fighting on their own. These Mutas being microed fantastically. And oh my god, this Spine Crawler killed both Adepts and the Zealot and the Stalker. Angriff just clicked on the lair while in range of the Spine and lost almost everything. Only 2 Archons left alive. And now it's time for Purple Stain to walk back across that map and poop all over these units. These Archons are desperate. They're like, yeah, maybe we can just kill every drone before we die. But they walk into a wall of Spine Crawlers. Have you ever been simultaneously headbutted by 6 giraffes at once? Because that's what that felt like. That Archon disappeared hella quick. And the Mutas cleaned it up. And I think Purple Stain's got this one in the bag now. There's a few more Archons out for Angriff. That is still somewhat scary, but the economy is just so damn low. Angriff, actually realizing this pylon is blocking the Archons from moving in and out of the base. He's going to have to take that down. Almost no mining left in the main base. Decent amount in the natural. But going up against this hidden expansion of Purple Stain, as well as a main base which is mining quite decently, it's going to be very tough. And Purple Stain comes back in, the Mutas fly on, and goodbye Protoss economy. The Archons just look so funny in this situation. You just watch them just like headbutt against each other, derping around corners like, oh, we're helping. It's like, dude, your base is dying. And they'll pretty much just stand there for the next 10 minutes. Archons versus Mutas is one of the most awkward defensive tools in the book. But Angriff is going to go with it, continuing to warp in DTs here, trying to, actually, where did that DT go? In the main. Oh, nice pylon cannon there, but looks like there's just enough Mutas to focus down that Mothership Core, and going to try and kill the pylon as well. Purple Stain don't give a shit. 15 Mutas up in the air, a single Corruptor as well, strangely enough. But there we go, isolating the Stalker away from those Archons. Gonna catch these probes on the retreat. Almost every single probe going down. Only 11 probes remaining against 31 drones. And it looks like Purple Stain with the Proxy Spire play is gonna close this one out. Tried to recall from one Nexus to the other with that Mothership Core, but yeah, that's not gonna go so well. This is Desperation City right now. Purple Stain's just in control of the game. Looks like we see Angriff. He's gonna start breaking down his Forge. You always want to kind of break down one of these structures in the wall once you get to this stage, because Archons, I don't think they can even fit through there. And even if they can, they take forever to squeeze their way on through. There we go. Looks like the Mutas are going to come on in. They're going to try and focus down the DT Shrine. The DT Shrine's getting awfully weak there, but he does pull back. Doesn't want to take too much damage. Oh, is going to focus down one Archon. Hasn't even lost a Mutal yet. There goes the DT Shrine. There's only 3 Archons remaining. 1 in that main base, 2 in the natural. The Muta's continuing to fly around. We've still got these gases mining. The 3rd base has been rebuilt. We've still got those spines in the main. Looks like Purple Stain's just going to clean this one on up. So this game is pretty much over, so I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. It's like the single Adept harass at 14 minutes. Actually, there's no Overseer in the main, so that DT Shrine might be able to kill the spawning pool, but I can't. There we go. There was an Overseer just hiding behind the main. So goodbye, DT. And it looks like this one's gonna be cleaned on up. Here we go. Yeah. I mean, when your opponent's making an Archon every 2 minutes, it's like, okay. I think the mutas are out of control. And GG. Well played. Alright. Not a bad game to start things off. That was pretty decent. The proxy kind of came in pretty late, but I liked the slowling elevator just kind of tearing that apart. I liked the failed cannon rush into DT, the most popular cheesy Protoss build on the ladder. Oh, I forgot to use this. So apparently there's a technique, guys, by the way. If you guys are ever watching a lot of old replays from a previous patch, what you want to do, I'm not sure if it's actually faster now, but apparently you Alt F4 out of the replay rather than exiting. And then as long as you have your replay folder open, you can actually just double click the replays in your folder. Because now I'm having to relog into StarCraft and do all this stuff. So 1 second, guys. I gotta grab my authenticator. BRB. You guys can see John in the background. Wave to the camera, John. And this is the joy of sleeping over at my place. You get woken up nice and early in the morning. Alright, so just gonna authenticate real quick, guys. Need to authenticate. Yeah. I don't want anyone to steal any of my WoW items. Alright. Apparently there's a lurker in Proxy that game as well, according to the replay folder. I don't know, I didn't realize that. Anyways. Hey, thanks, Stormgot. Yeah, it was cool to have Red Eye at Valencia. It's always nice to have him around. Castaway says Pig's mom looks different. Yeah, she grew a little bit of a beard. Alright, guys. Okay, let's dive on into the next game. Let's keep it going. Alright, Proxcity continues. Of course, we are doing an ICYFAR challenge where we are casting games where people did proxy a whole bunch of stuff. Or at least a little bit of stuff. This one was pretty easy, because the previous ones were like ridiculously hard challenges, like you need to lose a unit every minute of the game, or like a unit needs to die and that sort of stuff. By the way, guys, what do you think about health bars? I normally put health bars on. They're actually off right now. I'm gonna turn them back on. Let me know if you guys prefer it without the clutter. Anyways, spawning down here in the bottom right hand side of Ruins of Endion, it is HDHR United. Another Forge opening. Are we looking at another cheesy PvZ? Over here on the left hand side, we have our Zerg player. It is Inject. It'd be really funny if he has very bad injects. We're not going to let that one go. Meanwhile, Probe coming into the main base. Gonna have a little look around. There's a Forge finishing up. A second Probe coming across that map. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, is this the fake Probe? Is this the one where the Protoss is like, look, I couldn't be cannon rushing you? Because like from the Zerg's vision, he's like, yeah, the Probe's just in my main base. I don't need to worry about cannon rushes because he's in here. Meanwhile, disgusting. I like how, I reckon all these replays were like submitted by the Protoss player. They're like, yeah, this is a proxy. Because normally cannons are a defensive unit, but I'm building them at their base. It's like, no, you're just cheesing. I don't know. I don't know if you'd even call it cheesing, but it's just a crazy rush. And it looks like, oh man, Inject has no idea. Actually building a gateway rather than cannons for now. What? There we go. Okay, the cannons are finally going to begin. 1 cannon, 2 cannon. Might even go for a 3rd as well. Meanwhile, Inject here. Spawning pool finishing up. Gas has started to mine. We are seeing continued probe production out of our Protoss player. He is adding gases at home, so it's not going to be an all completely all-in attack here. And actually with the gateway down here, this is a pretty sick proxy. See, this, if he actually builds like, you know, out of the gateways here and so on, then I definitely will count this as a proxy. Just using a few cannons to keep the buildings safe. Gonna start working on the hatchery. Inject finally sees those cannons finish. Immediately drops a Roach Warren in the main base. A few more Zerglings are on the way out. And just kind of rallying these away from this this big proxy here. There we go, Cybercore here as well. Alright, United's going all out. He's like, yes, I will just build every single unit inside my opponent's base. Injector, looks like he's going to lose the hatch. I don't think he can hang on. Drone is coming down. It looks like he's just going to let that die and going to go for the third base. Building a lot of Zerglings is Inject, though. Heaps of Zerglings. Wonder if he's going to go across the map. There's actually not a lot of defense at home. Might be able to like kill some of the gas geysers or maybe even overwhelm some of the workers. Ooh, Broodling's going to come in. They're going to do a little bit of damage to that cannon, but doesn't end up getting through the shields. And now that the hatchery's gone, the creep is going to start to recede. And this is where United has a chance to do all sorts of crazy things with this. Adding flyer attacks here on the warp, on the cybernetics core, that's got to be, I think that's got to be a mistake. Can't imagine that's on purpose. Don't have a mothership core, so just a single cannon here, but that's actually a hell of a lot of Zerglings, soon to be Speedlings going across the map. About 18 Speedlings are going to be going across. Meanwhile, Inject taking his hatchery behind this. We are going to see a Stargate here in the natural of Zerg. And I don't think he saw that. I don't think he was watching. Zerglings are going to come in. The probe's being used to buffer for that cannon very well so far. Inject here comes in. Oh, he tries to get a probe, doesn't even kill it. And the two cannons are just going to Shrek these Zerglings. Way too much. Oh no, Inject just getting ahead of himself here. Trying to kill these workers. I mean, they look very exposed, but those cannons just dish out the damage way too fast. Inject throwing away a whole lot of Zerglings, only to do a bit of shield damage to a cannon and kill a single probe. Oh man, Stargate here, and oh my god, United, you make me so happy. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Building an actual expansion in the Zerg's natural. Trying to add more cannons here, but oh, they're a little bit out of range. He's going to need to add a cannon here. Uh-oh, things are going to get a little bit dicey here. That Nexus might be able to go down. Uh-oh. Build a Void Ray? There we go. Okay, Void Ray in production now. United here in a bit of an awkward position. But, oh my god, Fleet Beacon. No, Inject, you've got to stay down there, buddy. You can't let these cannons go up. Oh no, we're going to be seeing, I think, Tempests, or maybe even Carriers coming out from the Zerg's natural expansion. Still, only one base mining versus one base. And United here has actually kept up such good probe production. He is up 34 to 15 probes. If he can get that natural expansion up that we were talking about, I think this cannon's blocking it. He can just transfer like half these workers over and have it saturated almost instantly. And that would actually be beautiful. You can see here, yeah, I'm pretty sure this Nexus is blocked by that cannon. So we'll have to kill his own cannon, but that's okay. We see here, Inject comes down now and realizes, oh, actually perfectly placed. And he's got to freak out now. He's building Spore Crawlers up here in the main, but, oh no. How are you ever going to defend the third base? You've got cannons and Void Rays between. At the moment, there we go. Tempest in production. First Tempest. Ah, that's beautiful. That makes me very happy. Inject is at a loss, man. He's like building roaches to kill the cannons, but he has no idea what he's going to like actually move down there. The spores can't go off creep. I think this queen needs to spread some creep out or something, but this is a tough position. Mothership core and 3 cannons at home, so fantastic defense from United. And like I said, United's got so many workers. Actually, like sick macro on the probe production, almost too many probes. And he's going to be able to pull those over here. Unfortunately, this gas geyser is almost completely surrounded. Oh no, the roaches! Accidentally rallying them in as Inject. We've got a Void Ray up here. It's going to start having a poke around as well. But uh-oh, that's a Spore Crawler. You can't take that on. Oh, you know when Zerg's trying to use Corrosive Bile to fight off air units, they're in a desperate spot. The Tempest here, though, is just going to start wailing down on all these buildings. Going to start wearing them away. These 3 cannons at the back, stopping the roaches from the reverse side from getting in there. It looks like Inject's had enough. Inject's going to go for it. He's going to try and break these cannons, but no! Oh, he's F2'd! Oh, just move commands his whole army through those cannons, loses half of them. The Void Ray comes in with another charge up as well. 2 Tempests are now out, and United here showing some very sexy play. Oh, the Void Ray! Get out of there! these Tempests continue to work on in here. The Hydralisk and Corrosive Bile combo coming forward to try and push them back. Ooh, actually quite a few decent Corrosive Biles, forcing these Tempests to kind of juke and jive back and forwards. Here comes that probe transfer we were talking about. They're going to just saturate this base ever so quickly. And these Tempests here, just dancing back and forth, picking away at these Hydras. Once this Spore Crawler goes down, suddenly there is a huge gap in the anti-air. And Hydras, they're building at the third base, but they're just going to walk right on through the cannons. No! Oh! Roaches and Ravagers trying to land these Corrosive Biles, but they're just not able to hit right now. And he's actually spent all his gas on these Ravagers. Oh, the Queen is going to try and engage here along with a single Hydralisk and Corrosive Bile. One Void Ray does go down, but there's still 3 Tempests in the air. And it looks like, oh, the Queen goes down. United, man. I bet he was laughing at this point in this game. And I bet our Zerg player was bashing his keyboard. It's one of those games where you're just not used to dealing with the opponent getting in between your bases. And you just kind of feel helpless. This Corrosive Bile, like, it just never hits unless your opponent's not watching. It always just feels so silly every time. And oh man, the Hydra's just getting one-shotted as they pop out. Brutal way to lose a game. Actually hit with a few Corrosive Biles there as the Tempest were up against the edge of the map, but Inject just taps out. Excuse me. And that is how you proxy your base. That was pretty sexy. That made me happy. Oh, I forgot to announce the next ICYFAR topic, guys. You can tell I'm in practice. So next ICYFAR topic, I think Eon Blue's already put it in chat, but yeah. So it is going to be no mineral only units. So this is a really kind of bizarre challenge. It's going to be slightly more awkward for Terran players at the start of games, but I think you're going to be fine after that point. So yeah, basically no Warp Prisms, no Queens, no Hellions, no Marines, no Zealots, no Zerglings. It's probably, maybe technically the slightly easier for Protoss players to play, but this is actually one of these ones where it's going to be a little bit awkward no matter what. So, so the whole point of that daily is you're not allowed to build any of those units. We just kind of were discussing earlier, and you know, basically, you really want to be following the hint which Eon Blue put there in the Nightbot. It says hint, static defense aren't units. So most likely you guys are probably going to need to do some creative stuff with cannoning your opponent or containing them with lots of static. And then kind of teching up to those higher tech compositions, whether it be spellcasters, ultras, hydras, infestors, roaches. Roaches are actually fine. The problem is because you can't inject lava, you really want to be going for very much, you know, an elite number of units. Likewise with Terran, you want to be getting that gas up, going for those siege tanks and all that sort of stuff. So that should be pretty sick. No Queens and no Zerglings. How do you defend a Reaper, says LVPVs. I don't know, man. You gotta get a Spine Crawl. Like I said, you know, I did just get back not long ago. I didn't have a chance to fully think through every scenario with this, but if you're like, you know what, against a Terran player, I just can't do it. And if you build like a single Queen just for defense, but don't inject with it, like I would be fine with that. Obviously, there's not the biggest problem. I don't know, actually, what do you reckon, Eon Blue? Do you reckon we should let people inject? Anyway, we'll discuss this more at the end of the stream, and we'll kind of go through it. I'll play a few games following the challenge just to see how it plays out as each race, and then we'll see who goes. Who's that in the background? Oh, no, there's no one sitting there. It must be a ghost that only shows up on webcam. No, that's John. That's my mate. And our one of our X5 managers who's down here to watch some Counter-Strike this weekend and hang out in the land of the free Sydney. So anyway, guys, let's go into the next game. I'll discuss the intricacies of the challenge at the end of the show, and we'll go through that. SC2M says it's too easy peasy with Protoss. Yeah, it might be. I was going to do just one that was a bit simpler, but Eon Blue was like, Leon Blue was like, no, you should do a different one. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I was going to do the one that was kind of similar to this one. I was going to do a hidden expansion one, but we'll put that off till next week, and we'll do this kind of mineral only one. If you guys find a way, by the way, if you ever bend the rules with ICYFAR, we don't really care, as long as the replay is still very entertaining. Generally, you want to just stick to the rules, but if you kind of bend a rule just a little bit, it's not the end of the world, as long as the game is still a lot of fun. So always use your own judgment with that. Anyways, let's dive on into game. All right. So this is our third user-submitted replay for today. I think we're doing like 5 or 6. Though a few of them start to get really short, so don't stress about it going for hours and hours. Spawning up here in the... Why is the bloody interface changed? Bloody game. So anyway, the interface changed after the first game, even though they're all on an older version. For some reason, the first replay stayed on the cool interface and this one didn't. Whatever. All good. Anyway, spawning up here in the top right-hand side of this map, we have a nameless barcode. How exciting. Remember, guys, if you're not a pro gamer, you have to hide your build orders. It's the cool thing to do. Down here in the bottom left-hand side of Dust Towers, our Zerg player, it is Tesseract. And it looks like our Protoss player already has some dirty shenanigans planned here. Of course, this one's challenge was Proxcity, and it looks like we're going to be seeing some proxy gates. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Alright, looks like we're just going to see a straight up rush. Okay, it looks like they're both doing it. Proxy hatch versus proxy gates. This is perfect. This is ideal. Okay, so we've got a proxy 4-gate versus a proxy hatchery. Now keep in mind, this is minerals only, 4 gateways, all on 16 supply, cut probe production for that. This is going to be mass zealots. There still might be an adept follow-up, but for the moment, it's just going to be mass zealots. Meanwhile, Tesseract, going for that hatch gas pool, is going to just be getting Zergling speed up and so on. Tesseract actually spots it. He says, oh, okay. And it looks like, you know, the cards have been shown. Meanwhile, our barcode has not spotted what's going on yet. What are these two drones doing? Oh, they're going across the map to build spine crawlers, aren't they? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But keep in mind, this probe still doesn't realize there's no expansion. It hasn't even... it checked that there, kind of. But it hasn't checked the back base. It has no idea what's going on right now. So we're starting to see these zealots begin, but... yeah, no idea that those drones are actually coming to build spine crawlers just yet. Is he able to put 2 and 2 together? I don't know. No gas down yet, or cybercore. Or Forge, so there's literally 0 defense at home right now. We're seeing a lot of Zerglings in production, Queens, 2 spine crawlers are going to go down up here at this base, but the Zealots are already starting to march on over, and there's no spines that have been built defensively. Tesseract's got to be careful here. These Zerglings aren't going to be able to take those Zealots on their own. They need to wait for more Zerglings to pop out. They need to try and isolate the Zealots. Looks like here we go, pulling drones. Going to go for a big surround here on these Zealots. And oh, does try to get the surround. Isn't actually... Oh, he's just going to abandon base. Abandon ship, isn't he? We see Zergling speeds underway, and he's saying, well, that's all I needed. Just going to go across the map now. Tesseract's got the 2 spine crawlers finishing. The Queen here didn't inject. Probably would have loved to see a creep tumor, actually, but... I mean, these Zealots are just going to be rallying on backwards to try and defend now, aren't they? So we are seeing Photon Cannons starting, but Zerglings already engaging on that. Are they going to be able to kill it before the probes defend it? It looks like no. The Zerglings have to turn around to fight these probes. The Queen joining in here, though. Queen is just going to destroy all of these probes. The Zerglings just having a party in the base. Meanwhile, oh, the Zealots are almost back. Few Zerglings here on the gateways, but it looks like almost all the probes have gone down, and if they can stop the cannon getting down, this base is secure. We've got 2 spine crawlers there defending all of those units. Looks like Zergling speed's almost done. This first Zealot getting surrounded only takes down a single Zergling for its trouble. The cannon does finally finish, though, and it looks like these Zealots are going to stand strong. They're going to hold off for now. All the Queens and Zerglings are going down. Meanwhile, these gateways are actually looking very unprotected right now. But oh, the Zealots, they can't engage these spines with such small numbers. Oh, wow. Great hits from those spine crawlers. 1 Zealot goes down, a 2nd Zealot goes down, and oh, wow. 2 of the Zealots getting surrounded by the drones as well. More Speedlings rallying on out. Great pull away with those drones. 2 of them on red hit points. And these Zerglings can trap these Zealots, stop them from retreating. Fantastic play here out of Tesseract. What have we got? Probes, probes, probes. 2 more Zealots on the way, but no more units. These Zerglings look like they're going to try and get these probes already just forcing the pull away. Wasting some mining time there is going to do very well. And we see more queens on the way, more zerglings popping out here. Oh, Tesseract's going to catch these 2 probes. Nope, going to run right past these 2 probes. I think Tesseract might be going for the pylon. If he can depower these gateways, then things are going to look really good. There's only 1 zealot in production right now. Keep in mind, there's only 13 probes mining up against 14 drones. But if he can depower these gateways, Protoss can't build anything except cannons at home. And that's going to be fantastic for Zerg. Going to come home in time to save his spawning pool against these zealots as well. More and more zerglings about to pop. And these zealots are going to get completely surrounded. They're going to go down very quickly. And GG. Well done, Tesseract. That's actually pretty sick. Really good call and just pulling the drones to the other side of the map immediately and just completely ignoring everything else. There was no way the zealots could get back in time, and that didn't work out too well. Oh shit. Okay, so I tried to Alt F4. I'm trying this technique to see if it loads up the replays faster that someone told me about. Let's see if it actually works. So I think that's the account. Oh, I tried to Alt F4, but I think I was too late on it. Okay, yes, I was too slow. That's all good. Alright, only a few challenges left. Let's go into this next one. The last date you can send a replay is before the Monday daily. If you're in the US or EU, if you're in Australia, that's the Tuesday daily. So basically, it's before yesterday's daily. Obviously, I didn't do one yesterday. You guys actually had like two weeks to send this one in because obviously I was away all last week at the community summit and in Valencia. But normally you've got one week, about 6 days from when I actually announce the topic to when you can send it in. This next one's going to actually be longer than normal as well, probably though, because I'm going to be going to Shanghai next week. So I might do it a bit early, or I might do it like from my hotel in Shanghai if I can magically upload from there. Maybe I'll just do it ahead of time. Either way, I will find a way to do that. So let's hop into game here, guys. It is going to be Frost, a huge map for some proxies to be on. And spawning up here in the top left-hand side, we have our Protoss player, Clan Asuza. It is Drax the Durster. Drax the Durster. That's got to be the only way I'm going to say that for this entire one. Because seriously, what else could that be? Drax the Durster? Durster. And he's going to be going up against Clan Fume Slacker. Man, these guys have really weird names today. Looks like our Zerg player is going to be opening up super standard just with a hatch gas pool. Nothing too crazy. Protoss going to be opening up with a gate gas. And probably a Nexus on 19 as well. So both players opening up very normal, very typical builds. So just reading a lot of people discussing next week's topic. You know, we might change it. Like I said, I'm gonna have a play around with it, see if it's fun to play. I think that's the most important thing with the challenge. So with the one, I'll try out the mineral one, especially with each race, with Zerg not being able to inject, with Terran not being able to build Marines. It might be a little bit too awkward. I do kind of like the awkwardness that it sometimes forces. Like you guys might find, even though it's challenging, it's actually a lot of fun. And it forces you to think outside of the box and really try to create interesting solutions to the problem at hand. So I think even the really awkward challenges are actually one of the best ways to kind of learn the game and to get a little bit better at doing certain things. Nonetheless, we are going to see a very friggin' weird wall off here from Draxter. He's like really protecting the ramp, but these pylons are so exposed at the front. This is like the reverse of what a wall should look like. Putting your exposed things out front and your big meaty buildings behind it. nonetheless, it looks like Jax the Drifter is going to be the one going for the proxy here, most likely. Going to be dropping a second gateway at home. Going to be... Okay, so it's a bit of an awkward place to have the choke point. That's interesting. But going to be going for proxy pylon down here. Going to open that up for any tech. Meanwhile, Sluka is just kind of droning. Taking a third base. Has no idea where the Protoss player is yet. Two Zerglings have kind of both gone in the same direction. They're going to steadily find our Protoss player. And there we go. Proxy Stargate. Looks like it's going to be probably Proxy Oracle coming in here. Drax the Drifter going to be a little bit dirty. Double Adept out for him as well. These Zerglings are going to come in. They're not going to see a lot. They're going to immediately get one-shotted by these Adepts. And that's why you attack move, kids. So that you actually stop your opponent walking through your entire base and scouting everything. The Zerglings are going to come in now. Those probes did quite a bit of damage. Didn't quite go down. The Zerglings are going to see absolutely everything. And, I mean, is an alarm bell going to ring? Oh, the probes are going to be pulled. He didn't actually scout fully behind the mineral line. So if we look at the Zerg's vision, Sluka doesn't really know for sure there's no tech there. So he probably doesn't realize that there's something missing in that main base. And this Stargate is up and ready. We see these two Adepts and two probes moving across the map because that's just your standard hit force for some reason. And there we go. Oracle does kick in for the Drax. Drax the Stir. Two probes are going to head home now, but the Zerglings are just running right on past them. There's nothing in the wall. We've got a Stalker on the way, and there is a Mothership Core out, but it's only got a single overcharge, and these Zerglings are going to dive on into this natural immediately. Good probe pull to defend the choke point so far, but that's a lot of Zerglings. You can't defend that with just probes. That Mothership Core's got to do its job. It's got to throw down that overcharge. Meanwhile, Adepts being deflected by Queens. There we go. Beautiful overcharge. All these Zerglings just getting blasted down very quickly, but 7 workers killed. Really nice pickup there for our Zerg player, Sluka. We've got a Roach Warren finishing up here as well as that double Evo chamber already done exceptionally early for Sluka. Sluka here actually with a huge amount of minerals in the bank, kind of freaking out in the middle of this game and freezing up on the production. And that's not something you want with an Oracle coming into your undefended main base right now. Oracle, go! Kill drones! There we go. The Oracle's switching on its laser beam of doom. Kills 1, 2, 3 drones. He's going to run away. Doesn't want to fight those two queens, and he's going to go over to this third base. Of course, an Oracle can beat a queen if it chooses to fight it, but took a second to start attacking it. He's going to take a lot of damage killing this queen. These Adepts in the main still running rampant. And oh, he actually runs away with the queen. He backs off. He doesn't go for the kill. Second guesses himself a little bit there. Meanwhile, though, there is a Robo Proxy follow-up. We are seeing a total of 6 workers killed to the 7 that our Zerg player killed. But Protoss has been much better at keeping up production throughout all this, while Sluka has not built a unit in a long time. Has built a few Zerglings, and that's about it. Sluka freezing up hard here under the pressure of the Protoss aggression. We see a Phoenix in production on this proxy, as well as a bunch of gateways, interestingly enough. Drax the Destroyer. Drax the Destroyer. How did I not manage to read that before? This is, like, especially for me. You'd think the guy who makes Star-Lord jokes constantly would get this. Alright, we gotta show you guys. It's that guy. It's the big buff guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously. Jeez, I'm a moron. Anyways, diving back into game. I'm just going to keep calling him Drax the Destroyer because apparently I'm a special. Looks like Pylon Wall-Off has gone down here. Mothership Core still defending that natural. We're going to see a bit of a fake third base here from Drax. Drax the Destroyer. Drax the Destroyer. Just kind of chilling. Building a few Phoenixes here. 2 Phoenix, not enough to really do too much. Starting to warp in some units. There is an Immortal and a Stalker out these gateways. Looks like these Zerglings here starting to focus down this Nexus. It does get cancelled at the very last second. The Oracle's over here. It can start zapping these Zerglings if it chooses to. It looks like it will. There we go. Zerglings. Oh my god, don't hold position underneath that. Run. Looks like those Zerglings are going to get on out of there. Double Forge going down behind us. So it looks like this is where you proxy half your base on their side of the map, but it's not really to be aggressive with. I don't know. Drax just going for multiple kind of conflicting options right now. The light harassment units that are good over time. The Phoenixes. The Immortals and the Stalkers, which are only good in the short term, and the Double Forge, which is only good in the long term. We do see +1/1 upgrade starting. Is Drax going to show this? Sluka still has no idea this is happening, and is only just now starting to catch up in drones after the chaos of this early game. Wow. Oh man, Slucker. 1,000 minerals and 16 lava. I feel like this has been the story of this entire game, is Slucker's inability to spend money. As amazing as Drax's build choices, it's like, what are you doing, Zerg? You gotta spend your money. There we go. Building 38 Zerglings. You know what's really funny? You could actually tell that I think Slucker doesn't know how to hold the key down to build lots of units at once. Which is why that happened. Anyways, Drax gonna be pushing in here. Immortals, Stalkers, a couple Zealots. Phoenix having a bit of a party up here. They're kind of just chilling out. And there's only pure Zerglings coming. I mean, Zerglings are decent against this. They got +1 melee. These two Zealots are so damn important. I think Drax really needs some more reinforcements down here. Needs a whole bunch of Zealots warped in or something like that. Otherwise, a good Zergling surround might be able to do this, but there's just not that many units. There's only like 11 Zerglings here for Slucker, and it looks like Drax's bizarre, let's build a whole lot of tech units and upgrades into a move with like 7 units is actually going to overwhelm Slucker. Slucker here freaking out a little bit. The Zerglings are coming on in. Ooh, Drax going to try and retreat on out of there. These Phoenixes haven't really done too much. They've killed an Overlord or two. They've bruised a few more up here, but not actually picking too many of them off. There we go. The Phoenix finally going to go to work on these drones, picking them off. That's what we wanted to see. 2-1 upgrades are on the way for Zerg. Protoss player here with a huge oversaturation on his bases, but no next side in mind from. Actually does need to put the pressure on and win sooner rather than later, because the mining is going to be going down drastically. Of course, Zerg, though, on the other hand of things, hasn't actually main-arded workers down to his 4th base either. His 3rd's being destroyed. And unupgraded Roaches and +1 melee Zerglings not going to do too well versus 1-1 Zealot, Stalker, Immortal. I think Drax is going to push in and just overwhelm in the next couple seconds. These Phoenix continue to just be annoying over here. And there we go. Looks like Zerg's going to come down. No Roach speed, just a few Roaches. The Immortal Barrier is absorbing so much damage there. I think one of these Immortals might go down, but no, a good pullback there from Drax. Drax, though, pulling back the entire army at once. One Immortal is exposed. It does go down. This other Immortal just kind of trying to walk through the army, but the Stalkers and Adepts, Immortals, Stalkers and Immortals finally do turn around, and it looks like Slucker is just going to get overwhelmed and absolutely crushed. Too much Protoss. The bizarre proxy of 4 gateways, a Robo and a Stargate has worked out. Still got the double forge Dome. Going for even more gateways to try and spend through that enormous bank of money. Would love to see a Templar Archives to warp in a whole bunch of Archons at this point. But I don't think it's even going to be necessary because Slucker's got next to nothing. Zealot counterattack walking into the natural. No charge done. The Stalkers and Immortals just kind of walking their way back and forwards. Not wanting to overcommit into Zerg territory. But even these Zealots are just going to tear those Ravagers to shreds. Everything's starting to disappear. And it is time. GG's. That was a really weird game. That was just like exceptionally bizarre. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, that first Oracle did a pretty good job there, but man, that proxy was exceptionally strange. So the Phoenix worked out okay, and yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter what league they are, guys. I never know. I usually don't look at the border when I'm going into game. The thing you'll find with these challenges is that you can see master level games that look like they're platinum level, and you can see gold level games that look like they're master league, and generally everyone's games are messier and just look more awkward and stupid than they should be, simply because of the way doing a weird restrictive challenge works. Obviously, it's not what most people practice. But, all right, we're going to be diving into this next game. All right, 1 second, guys. Alright. By the way, this is the last game we're going into before we dive into Probes replay. So we are going to have a super high level game after this one. But for now, let's dive on into Arena. And spawning here in the top left-hand side of Arena, we have from Clan the D-Hack, the DH, the Dreamhack, the Douche Hair, the Dark Harplar. It is Rog. He's going to be going up against, down here in the bottom left-hand side, Blue Terran player, Shock Phase. No idea who submitted the replay once again. Sometimes they're submitted by both players playing the challenge out against each other in a custom game. We'll have to wait and find out. Bit of an odd barracks placement here from Shock Phase. He's going to be sending out an SCV to scout himself. Probe's going to be coming in. And this is Arena. Now, on Arena, there's not that many places to proxy, but at the same time, I don't think people really search for proxies very much on this map, so you're almost guaranteed to get away with it. Looks like another SCV coming out here. No. No. What? I think it's... What? You can't even do a cannon on a Nexus anymore. Have you played any of this game at all, Rog? So he's building a Nexus here to freak out our Terran player. Shock Phase, so far, it looks like he's a bit freaked out. He's building a factory. He hasn't started marine production. He needs that marine production. Is he just going to build a reactor? In the face of danger, is he just going to build a reactor? I don't know about you guys. I see a Nexus in my base. It doesn't matter how much my brain tells me that logically a Nexus can't do anything to me. I'm going to freak the shit out. I'm going to build a bunker next to it. Yes, somehow this guy is just like cool as a cucumber in the face of danger. Doesn't give a crap. Builds a reactor off 0 units. And it looks like Rog here building a mothership. Building a zealot. Building a forge. Probe production has been super inconsistent for Rog. Not really building a lot of probes and pulling off gas now. What? What am I watching? Oh, he just recall. He just recall rushed. What the? There's two. Okay, that I didn't even realize that was an option. But there's 2 zealots and a whole bunch of probes have just recalled in with the mothership core into the Terran base. Unfortunately, though, there's a Widow Mine, and I don't know if he really has anything to deal with that Widow Mine. He's going to need to just kind of get shots to fire off on their own. This is bloody creative, though. This is exactly the sort of weirdness that I wanted to see. More Widow Mines are building. It looks like Rog here actually going to send the probes home, realizing that these SCVs can just kind of buy time pretty much forever. Uh-oh. Okay, he's got to get in there before this other Widow Mines block off the ramp. He's got to get in there. He can't lose the mothership core. He's got to throw down that pylon cannon. Oh, pulls the Widow Mine onto the 2 Marines. Both of them almost die. The other Widow Mine does take down this Zealot, but this other Zealot's still in here. It's going to kill both of those Marines ever so quickly. The mothership core going to throw down a pylon cannon as well. Take down both of those Marines almost instantly. The mothership core's just got to be careful that it doesn't, get killed by these Widow Mines. It has used up its energy. It doesn't have any more energy. As a result of that, and this mothership core and zealot are going to start to go to work, but a lot of SCVs still surviving. We are seeing 2 probes building at a time. Yeah, if only a cannon was up, these Widow Mines never would have got out of control. Oh, just imagine that. Just didn't have enough minerals earlier when he went in here. But there is probes popping out now. This mothership core continuing to do work. There's no mobile anti-air that can really kill it. Oh, the mothership core is going into range with the Widow Mine. The Widow Mine almost goes off. The mothership core pulls back just barely in time. And this is the sort of chaos I love to see. Oh my god, cannons going down here. We're seeing a second pylon, 1 cannon. The probe here going to pull another Widow Mine shot onto the Marine. The mothership core just having a party on top of these units. And he's got to throw down the overcharge. These SCVs are trying to kill these pylons and cannons, but this pylon goes off once more. And this is just beautiful play here from ROG. He's got a cannon up in the main. Oh, the mothership core does go down. Needs to get more probes out here. Only a single cannon's going to be alive, and that's it. The Widow Mines do go down. That's something. That's important. There's only 1 Marina left alive here. And there's 12 SCVs versus 17 probes. Rog has actually done a fantastic job, even building a cannon at home to stop any Widow Mines running in. We are seeing a mothership core building here, so it's going to pop out with enough for 1 more overcharge. The barracks is going to go down as well. Shock Phase. Never dismiss the Nexus, mate. Never dismiss the Nexus. Some people, you know, they stay too calm. But I think my initial response, as I said, of freaking the hell out and just building defensive units as quickly as I can, no matter what, is probably the right one. Now Shock Phase is in trouble. These Marines gonna try and snipe down the Mothership Core. Run! The Mothership Core just barely gets out of here for now. Gotta hide behind this Nexus and regenerate some shields. Nice pylon cannon going down as well. We see another probe has popped out, more photon cannons going down, and this orbital is actually taking a huge amount of damage. It's gonna die if he doesn't watch out. Oh my god, Shock Phase is in disbelief right now. Rog pulling out the absolute best form of rush here. A recall, double zealot, mass probe, offensive recall into the Terran base, into dropping photon cannons. I'm just so excited. That's actually the sickest thing I've seen in a while. A Terran player trying to run away to the gold base here. He's going to try and land there, but these SCVs have no way of getting over there. Building a Hellion out of this this factory tech lab because it was 1 mineral short of building a siege tank. Oh, that's got to hurt. Was that 149 minerals? Going to build a Hellion rather than a siege tank. Siege tank would actually be pretty sick right now. Mothership Core just going to stand over this and say, hey, if you try to land and drop mules, I can just snipe you down. Mothership Core is going to slowly pick away at that. We see more gateways on the way. Rog. Solid game plan. And actually enough minerals here for Shock Phase to land one more CC. I don't know where that came from. Looks like cancelled the Hellion? Or... Nope! Hellion's going to try to run into the main base, but that Adept and Sentry... Oh, sick force field. And Shock Phase with that has the type GG. That was sick. Now that's pretty much the most beautiful thing ever. Most beautiful thing ever. This is daily number 36, Mr. Beanie Babies. That was the sickest build ever. I can't believe that actually worked. See you guys talking about printf in chat. Quasar printf. The resident cannon rusher on the Reddit and elsewhere. So we are going to be going into the last game, and it's going to be even more amazing, I hope. I'm not sure exactly what happens in this game, but this one's actually, like I said, a really high-level game to finish things off. So this is going to be the last one for today. It is going to be submitted by Probe. If you're not familiar with Probe, Probe's a really good Australian player. Played it in Valencia on the weekend. Unfortunately, did get knocked out by Majestic in some PvPs. PvPs is his weakest matchup, so it kind of sucked. He had to play a couple of PvPs there. But yeah, actually did pretty decently outside of that. I think went down 1-2 to like a really good Zerg player as well. I can't quite remember. Nonetheless, it is going to be a career GM level replay submitted by the man himself. Up here in the top right hand side, it is Probe. Look at that barcode, not even a full length barcode. Very unique. Of course, he's going to be going up against his Zerg opponent down here on the bottom left hand side. It is Chinese letters. I don't know what that says. We'll give him a name. We'll call him Red Zerg. How unique is that? So it looks like Probe here going to open up just with a very standard pylon here. Going to be going for a gateway there, cybercore there. Nice solid wall off. Going to be going for a scout. And there's a lot of places you can proxy on this map. You can proxy all up here. Lots of different areas. You can also proxy right next to their main base. If they don't have an overlord watching, you can put stargates there as well. So that can all work out pretty well. There's quite a few different angles you can try to surprise from. Looks like our Zerg player going to be going for a very typical hatch gas pool. Nothing too crazy yet. Probe's going for a gate gas nexus. Very typical. Alright. So we're not seeing a crazy nexus inside the opponent's base, as you wouldn't really expect it at this high level of play. Just going to be a standard opening. But once that cybercore finishes, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. Ooh, I'm really excited. I'm thinking about what he's going to do. Oh no, the Overlord spotted you. Uh-oh. Okay, so Chinese Red Zerg has already spotted where the probe was going. Probe's realized this, and he's like, shit. He saw where I was going. Let's go back. Make him see me going the other way. Where's he going to go now, though? Oh! Oh, the mind games! The mind games! That's actually so funny. That's so cute from Probe. Walks back through the Overlord's vision and then circles around through it on purpose, specifically to get down here without being seen. He needs to drop a pylon pretty soon because he's already almost at 100 gas, which is obviously when you can drop your first tech structure. So we are going to see a mothership core starting at home. So he's deciding, you know what, we don't need to rush our tech out. We'll get enough gas for that tech up soon enough. Going to be building a mothership core at home. Zerg player down here going for 2 queens off the back of 4 zerglings and just continuing to drone on up. Single adept going to poke across the map. And here we go, the moment of truth. The next couple of seconds we're going to find out. What disgusting proxy does Protoss do? Robo! Oh, maybe a Warp Prism. That's actually cool. We're going to see like Warp Prism hit the ramp, come in here with sentries from an unexpected angle, force field that, and just warp in lots of gateway units. Going to find out in the next minute or two, I guess. Alternatively, Disruptor drops is a very rare but possible situation. Barcode map hacks. Barcode's always map hack. Yes, that barcode guy. He's a known map hacker. He's confirmed for it, man. It's one guy, you know. Somehow he has the top 50 spots on Korean ladder. He's just really good at StarCraft. Alright, Warp Prism's going to be coming out. 2 adepts here as well. So a cute proxy to start things off here for Probe. Meanwhile, just building that economy very nicely up. 4 probes over to our Zerg player. And our Chinese Red Zerg over here going to be dropping a few Spore Crawlers because he's unsure what the hell is going on right now. He's thinking to himself, there's a pylon, there's a pylon. What the hell are you up to? So he's worried about potential Oracle shenanigans. And I mean, those spores are kind of useless for the moment, but it turns out they are going to come into effect later on. We've got a double Stargate proxied follow-up behind this. So here we go. We've got... Oh my god, this is so sick. Oh my god, Probe, I love you. You're so smart. He's actually going to drop a probe here, take the gold base as his third, hidden behind this, while dropping adepts in the main base. The Zergling's going to clear up the drop, but that does leave the main base a little bit exposed here to these adepts. Warp Prism having a bit of fun down there. Because this, and the Robo is not the most important thing, because the Stargates are hidden over here, I think this is not too bad if this goes down. It does kind of suck, I guess. We've actually got double Oracle in production as well. Oh wow, it's going to be mass Oracle. That's so sick. With the gold base here behind it, and keep in mind the Mothership Core can recall probes to that Nexus. So are we going to see continued probe production? No, looks like not. Looks like Probe is just going to kind of steadily build probes from this base. Focus more on just getting out a lot of Oracles, a lot of non-stop units for now. Meanwhile, this Warp Prism with the 2 adepts is just going to be as annoying as possible. Our Zerg player here going for an Evo Chamber, going for a Hydra Den. Up a couple of workers right now, but still kind of freaking out at what Protoss might throw his way. We've got 2 Oracles out, another 2 on the way. The Nexus here almost finished up at the gold base, and this is how you use a map and follow the challenge at the same time. Getting more and more pylons going down. There are probes being built, so it looks like he might actually plan on recalling over there a little bit later on. This Robo is going to go down. We see the gold Nexus has finished up finally. Probe production starting there. And there we go. Going to do a very nice recall over to the gold base. Going to put all those guys mining, and a very nice transfer there from Probe. Meanwhile, Warp Prism, where did that go? Warp Prism's just kind of... No! He's going to take the other gold as well. Probe just being a sneaky and beautiful person. This is amazing. This makes me so happy right now. Looks like he's just going to be continuing to mass up Oracles. We're up to 4. It's about to be 6. Back at home, we've got a Twilight Council going down as well. A Warp Prism coming in here. This is why I love it when high-level players decide to do my challenges. You always end up with some cool shit. I mean, obviously I love when everyone does it, but there's always something special when a high-level player kind of sets their mind to trying to solve a particular challenge. Coming in there, just picking off a few drones, getting that damage done. Oh, got to be careful of these Hydralisks. And those Hydras are gonna shoo that away for now. We don't have any gases down here yet for Probe. Does have this Nexus down though. And oh my god, it's time. 8 Oracles gonna come in here. The wave of dirty bullshit is about to happen. 1 Oracle loses its shields, doesn't lose a single bit of damage, only gets shot 4 times before that by that Spore Crawler, and then instantly focusing down the Lurker Den. Oh my god, going to engage on the Hydras as well. 1 Oracle falls, 2 Oracles fall, 3rd Oracle falls. Oh my god, 4 Oracles fall, but every single Hydra disappears. Goodbye, Zerg anti-air. All there is left is a couple of Queens. At the same time, the Warp Prism did drop in the back, but the Zerglings managed to clean that up. And the Oracles here, they're going to try and focus down the lair. Not able to kill it just yet. Only one of them actually having energy remaining. But more and more Oracles are being produced. We've still got this double gold base expand here. We've got lots and lots of gateways going down. Blink is almost finished as well for our for Probe. And this is just funny. This Zerg player's got to be shitting his pants right now. He's putting down multiple spores at his bases. He's got a bunch of Queens in the main. But these Oracles, they continue to just roam on around. And if they find this hatchery, they're going to be able to blast that down in a matter of seconds. The Warp Prism continuing to fly around here. Looks like it might start ferrying probes over into this other second gold expansion. Still, not taking these gases here is Probe. Just playing very mineral heavy for the moment. But more and more Oracles are on the way. And triple robo transition behind this. This is just pretty standard stuff, guys. If you want to improve at StarCraft, you should definitely copy this build. Oh my god. Lasers! Lasers! Oh! 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 Oh, Oracles. Just going to continue to roam around the bases here. Going to come in. And going to walk into a Spore Crawler there. There is almost no Hydralisks out, but the Hydra Den has finished rebuilding. There's 7 Hydras on the way. Oracle production's actually halted for now, and Zerg finally sees it. He comes in with an Overseer and he goes, "You sneaky bastard." He's moving his units over. He needs to break down these rocks and kill this base. Has no idea about the other gold expansion though. And the problem is if he moves out with too much of his anti-air, these Oracles will be able to swoop in and clean his stuff up. We see a whole wall of cannons going down here in order to protect this base, just using those gold minerals to maximum effect. And these Oracles coming back as well, so they're going to be able to defend this. Meanwhile, 3 more probes being elevated over here. Probe still hasn't taken his standard third base, only taking island expansions. And another one goes down up in the top left as well. Oh, the lasers turn on. The Zerglings just start to disappear before he can react. Red Zerg loses almost all of his Zerglings there. The trail of blood, and only 3 of them actually managed to escape. Meanwhile, Morlingbane trying to break down the other rocks. He doesn't even know about this base, but he's guessing. He's thinking, this Protoss is up to some bullshit. I need to break these rocks down. More and more cannons going down all over the place. We've got a Nidus Worm down though. Red Zerg realizing, I've got to do something. I've got to do it now, and I've got to get to his side of the map. Massing up Hydras and going for that. But we've already got triple Immortal production. Charge is almost finished. The 1-1 upgrades are on the way out of these forges. And that's actually getting to be a pretty scary Protoss force. For upgrades, we've got +1 range for our Zerg, but no other upgrades on the way. And these Oracles here just continuing to deny this base. And Zerg players still trapped on 3 up against what is now a 5-base Protoss. That's not how you want it, man. Looks like Probe ready to push across the map with a lot of force fields. Has he spotted this though? There's a Nidus Worm inside his main base. And there we go, an Overseer there dropping Changelings for extra vision. But with all these Stalkers in position, yep, he's going to be able to blink up on top of that Nidus. And he's actually waiting. He doesn't blink straight away. He wants the units to pop out. Then blinks on top, grabs a few Queens for free. Oracles over here and Warp Prism continuing to just be a roaming death squad of mobility. Finally taking his third base. I feel like just watching with my and just smiling to myself right now. I don't even feel like talking about the game because I feel it speaks for itself. This is just the most beautiful, beautiful way to play this. We've got Adept Attack Speed on the way. We've got a Templar Archives. Heavy Oracles running around the back there. Red Zerg sending Changelings in desperation. Overlords in a big ball. Is he planning to drop with those? Or I don't think they're Dropper Lords yet. Actually, I think they are. Not 100% sure. Another Nidus Worm is going down here. Only a single Immortal here to defend. Lots of Oracles are going back, but at the same time, Probe's going to push in the front. The Lingbane Hydra catching him out here, but there's just not that much Zerg. There's too much Protoss here. 1-1 upgrades are finished. He has the upgrade lead. Meanwhile, the Oracle gets, the Nidus Worm gets sniped down by those two Immortals. Good force field so far, but there's a lot of Hydras coming in. Now that they've all unloaded out of these Nidus, they're coming to defend, but the force fields are good. The Hydras cannot maintain that good a concave. And the combination of force fields and the insane Immortal count is doing so well. The Nidus Worm flank from behind as the Zerg kind of thinks that somehow that's going to make a difference. I don't even know what the shit he's thinking right now, but apparently if you build a Nidus Worm behind your opponent's army, they'll get scared and run away. Not in this case. Probe knows what he's doing. There's a Mortal Stalker engaging. The Oracles finally activate their laser beams and come on in. The Queen Transfuse is good though. The Oracles are getting blasted down very quickly. The last Oracle falls, but the Stalkers and Immortals are still strong. We've still got 8 Immortals in the back against just pure Queen and a couple of Zerglings. And it looks like Probe shuts it down and takes the victory. Proxying just about everything this game. From the moment that first Proxy Robo went down, then the double Stargate, and then taking 4 or 3 proxied expansions all around the map. GG, well played. Hats off to Probe for playing the challenge out as well as he could, and actually doing a really good job. Interestingly, because I forgot to actually test it before, so if you exit and then load up, actually I think that might have been, I think that replay might have actually been played just yesterday, in which case, good job Probe sending in a last minute one. But let me just check if that will reopen. Anyways, I'm gonna test that as I do. So guys, I am gonna be finishing up the show now. It was a pretty long one because we had a lot of games, but thanks for hanging out. We're going to do a few shows the next couple of days. I don't know if I'll do a What If Wednesdays tomorrow because I haven't lined up any players. Obviously, I just got back from overseas, and a lot of the players right now are trying to qualify for Montreal through the open qualifiers. So if I can't find anyone, that's fine because we have so many good replays from Valencia to go over. So there's going to be plenty of episodes to do this week. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. As always, for you guys who are live on the stream, hang out. I'm going to actually try and do the following week's challenge right now, a few games, and see if I can make it work. So anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. Don't forget to hug a watermelon, kick a walrus, and of course, punch a cactus to the moon. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye and good night.